DreAllDay.com.
Jennifer just asked me, who am I? You don't know who I am? Or allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Dre Baldwin. Many people know me as DreAllDay. I am an empowerment expert. What that means is I empower people to think better, act better, live better, and do better and be better through my videos like this Periscope, like my YouTube channel, like my website DreAllDay.com, my blogging content, the 5 books that I've written, through professional speaking, through coaching, through consulting, and through me coming live on these Periscopes to all of you out there, to everybody that's watching the stream right now. So I would really appreciate all of you tapping the screen and giving me some hearts, because that lets everybody else know that this guy got something useful to say. And what I'm about to say right now is extremely useful. You're not going to get this nowhere else in the world, so make sure you listen up. So listen to this. Y'all, any of y'all who ever played a sport has heard the phrase, if you don't practice, you don't play. When you play in any sport, my background is playing basketball. I played basketball overseas for 9 years. That's my background as an athlete. So I got a lot of fans who are athletes. Now, when you play on a team sport, and I remember when I was in high school, my coach said, listen, every day this season, if you miss school, you're not going to be able to come to practice, because practice is after school. If you miss practice, you're off the team. You're not only not playing in the games, you're not even on the basketball team no more. So all season, nobody missed a single day of school, because they knew if we missed practice, we'd be off the team. We wouldn't get to play in the games. As soon as the season was over, people started getting sick. The thing is, in any sport that you play, any of you who follow sports, watch sports, know somebody who plays sports or has played a sport, you know how coaches are. Many coaches have a policy like, yo, if you don't play in at least 2 practices this week, you're not playing in the game. Or you don't play in the last practice before the next game, you're not playing in the game. I don't care how good you are, how many times you made All-Star, how many points you average. If you don't practice, you don't play. And what I want to explain to y'all is that that's a metaphor for everything in life. It's a metaphor for your business. It's a metaphor for your entrepreneurship. Is a metaphor for the little side thing you're doing on the side outside of your full-time job or outside of your school. Is a metaphor for school. If you don't practice, you don't play. And what do we mean by practice? Practice is the disciplined work that you don't really want to do, but you know you need to do, and you need to start making yourself have to do it without somebody telling you to do it, because if you don't do it, you're not going to be able to get to the game. So what do I mean by that? If you're in college right now or in high school, practice means doing your homework and studying for the test. If you don't practice, when it comes time for the test or it comes time for the final exam, you're not going to be able to play. And you're going to fail that test or fail that exam. Then you got to take the class over again, or spend that money, or you got to repeat the 6th grade, or whatever the situation is. When we talking about your business, practice means you got to keep learning. You got to keep educating yourself on what's happening in your field. You got to see what the top people in your field are doing and start copying the things that they're doing that can actually work in your business, in your particular situation. You got to do the continuing education. You got to be feeding your mind with positive things that will help you do better in your business. If you don't do that practice, when it comes time to actually get customers, you won't be able to play, because it won't be no game, because it won't be nobody coming to your business or to your website or calling you interested in your services. So practicing means doing the disciplined things day after day after day that you don't always feel like doing. If we talking about your body, how many people here like to have a nice looking body, like to be in shape? The practice is you getting up and going to the gym every day, doing your cardio workouts, lifting your weights, going to boot camp class, doing your yoga, drinking the water, taking care of your body. That's the practice. And you know what happens when you practice a lot? You get to play. You know what playing is? That's when you get in the bedroom with your guy or with your girl and you take all your clothes off and they see you and they like what they see. That's practicing and playing. Now, if you don't practice, guess what? You ain't gonna want to play. And if you go to the beach and you take your shirt off, fellas, if you ain't been practicing, it's gonna be pretty obvious when it's time to play that you ain't been practicing. Is this true or not true? If we talking about somebody's diet or the way that you eat, your eating lifestyle, if your practice is you eating pizza every single day, you eating chicken, you eating fried chicken, you eating McDonald's, and you eating ice cream, and you eating candy, or you eating chips and pretzels, and you sitting on the couch all day, and when it's time to play, which means maybe you need to run around the block, maybe a dog's chasing you, or maybe a dog's chasing you, maybe you got to run away from a bear in the woods, maybe you got to run up the steps 2 times quick, and you can't do it. You can't play in the game because you ain't been practicing, or you've been practicing the wrong way. This is how things work in life. If you're a professional speaker like myself, you're a speaker like myself, and you're not practicing speaking, you're not getting on Periscope and working on your speaking every single day, coming up with topics right off the top of your head, answering people's questions in the spur of the moment, working on your speaking skills, working on the topics that you're going to deliver, working on coming up with answers to people's questions right there on the spot when you're on the hot seat. If you're not practicing that, when it comes time for the game, you got a speaking engagement, or you stand in front of a live audience and they label you as an expert, and then you up there looking like a dickhead because you can't answer none of people's questions, you're not going to be able to play in the games. So it's the exact same thing that happens in sports happens in life. If you are not practicing, you will not be playing. playing. If you're a parent and you're not practicing with your kids, which means making sure you know where your kids at all the time, making sure they're going to school, making sure they're doing the right things, making sure you're giving them solid home training, then when it's time for the game, which means your children are having some success, which means graduating from middle school, from high school, from college, not getting arrested and going to jail, not doing the wrong thing, not getting caught up in the wrong crowd, they're not going to be able to play in the game because they had all those negative things happen because you as a parent didn't do the practice. So you got to make sure you're always practicing because that's the only way that you're going to be able to play. Does everybody understand this concept? I'm thinking that you understand the concept because I see everybody hitting the hearts and I don't even see any comments. So that must mean I'm saying good stuff because nobody's even asking me any questions. You got to be able to, you got to practice every single day, all the time. Every single thing that you do, you either practicing or playing. And one thing that I tell basketball players is, some of you don't know me from YouTube. My background is as, he said, tryouts are tomorrow. How can I maintain composure? Watch my video on tryouts on YouTube. Go to YouTube, look at my videos for tryouts. Now, this is what I'm going to say. My background is a basketball player. A lot of people who's watching this right now might not know me from those days on YouTube where I was talking basketball. And people would always ask me, Dre, how often do you practice? Or how often should I practice compared to how often I play in the games? And it's a very simple concept that I would explain to them. I told them that I practice, me personally, I would practice at least 10 times for every one time I played in the game. And when I say a game, I'm not talking about an official game with referees and a scoreboard and a coach. I'm talking about a one-on-one game, a 3-on-3, a pickup 5-on-5 game, some little rec league game at the YMCA. I had 10 personal by myself practice sessions on a basketball court, at least 10 for every one time that I played in any type of game. Do y'all understand that? 10 practices for every game. When I was playing basketball, when I was playing in Montenegro, I was in a city called Herceg Novi, Montenegro, 2008. We would have games once a week. Our games would be every Saturday. On Sunday, we would practice once. On Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, we practice twice every single day. We'll just say 10. 10 practices for every one game. But guess what? My game probably felt the best. As far as my outside shot, my game felt the best when I was playing there than anywhere else that I ever played, just because of the fact that we practiced so much. All we did was shoot. That's all we like to do. We did so many shooting drills. I was so good at shooting by the end of that season, by the middle of that season, by the time after that season, that summer, is because all I was doing was practicing. That's how you're going to get good. You must be practicing 10 times every one time that you play. If you run a business, that means you should be reading 10 pages of a book. 10 pages of a book that will help your business. 10 audio tapes you can listen to of people that are going to give you information that can help you do your business better. 10 positive, uplifting things. You spend your first 10 minutes of your day and the last 10 minutes of your night listen to positive, uplifting things that are going to help you feel better for moving forward in the rest of your day. You must practice if you want to play. If you're not practicing, you might still be playing right now, but guess what? You're not going to be playing for long. The games are going to start to dry up if you're not practicing. Y'all understand that? It's kind of like if you're a salesperson. You know, salespeople, there are things you got to do when you're in any type of sales business that people actually hate doing. Like, I hate putting names and information into my customer management system. Like, I got to put the email address and the name and the phone number. I got to log every call and I got to send all these emails. And it's a pain in the ass. I hate doing all that stuff, but guess what? That's the practice, because if I stop doing that, then eventually I'm not going to have any leads to call on. I'm not going to have anybody to call to sell anything to, and eventually there ain't going to be no games to play, which means I ain't going to have no speaking engagements, nobody trying to buy anything that I'm buying, nobody signing up for my services, nobody trying out my products. So understand that you got to be practicing every single day. All those little things that you don't feel like doing, those little disciplines that are a pain in your ass, the things you like, damn, this would be great if I didn't have to do this one thing. Guess what? That's the practice that you got to be doing. If you're not practicing, you will not be playing for long. Anybody got a question for me? I will take them now. Again, for those who don't know, my name is Dre Baldwin. Many people know me as DreAllDay. I got a website called DreAllDay.com. I'm a professional speaker, professional athlete, professional content marketer, professional coach, professional consultant, professional empowerment expert. My website is DreAllDay.com. I'm on YouTube. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. I'm on Facebook. Just look me up. You'll find me. If you're looking, you'll find me. What's going on, Thuani Yo Live? Tell me your name one more time, Thuani, so I can stop trying to read that screen name. Anybody got a question for me? I know there's a little bit of lag time between what I'm saying and what y'all seeing. Bears football says, I don't know if I should work in McDonald's or play basketball. Both. Then it wasn't I just talking about that. You should work at McDonald's and play basketball. That's what I did my senior year of high school. Janet said, is this going on YouTube? Yes. Listen, if you see me doing a video on Periscope and it's the long way, it's going on YouTube. If it's the wide way, rather. But if it's the tall way, It probably won't go on YouTube, but I'm going to do something special with all those. Every video I do, I keep, so nothing gets wasted. I'm going to do something special with the ones I hold the tall way, but if you see me doing it the long way and I'm sitting down like this, it's going on YouTube, guaranteed. How do I stay motivated? You got to find something that gets you up every single day. Let me talk about that. Somebody asked me, how do I stop backsliding? Repost that question. I didn't catch the whole question. The question about how do I stay motivated? First of all, you got to find something that motivates you. So you don't have to make yourself get motivated when you're getting up every day doing something you actually feel like doing. And I was talking about that the other day in the video where I was talking about the work-life balance. Only time you're balancing work and life is when your work is not fulfilling enough to make you really want to get up and go after it, and your work is not providing you enough resources for you to live your life fully the way that you want to. That's why you're trying to balance the two of them. Why not do 100% work and 100% life? Which means your work should be your life, which means it got to be something that you actually love doing. And maybe you're not in a position to do that right now, but what you can do is start building it on the side. And these days, anybody can build any business on the side and make money from it. Anything that you want to do, there's a way to make money doing it. And I guarantee you, it's probably already somebody out there doing it. All you got to do is seek that person out, see what it is they're doing, go get in touch with them, ask them a question. These days, you can reach anybody any way that you want to. Somebody said I'm speaking too quickly because you got to listen a little bit faster. You might have to record this and slow it down. My favorite rapper is 50 Cent. Dre, you say practice every day, but for working out, I only work out 3 times a week to recover. What you recovering from? You ain't got nothing to recover from if you're only working out 3 times a week. You got to step that up. It depends on where you're trying to go. Let me rephrase that. It depends on what your goals are in that sport. I don't know what kind of sport you're talking about. If you want to become a professional in your sport, 3 times a week won't get you there. You won't even get there. You can't even say the word professional if you're working out 3 times a week. Now, maybe you just want to do it recreationally, then hey, do your thing. I can't really speak on what to do if you want to be a recreational athlete, because that's not my experience. You don't need 4 days of muscle recovery, man. I don't know what kind of lifting you're doing. You don't need that. How can I stop backsliding? After a while of improvements, I eventually go back to old habits. So how long is a while? A habit is created by 21 consecutive days of doing anything. A lifestyle is created by doing that same thing for 90 consecutive days. Consecutive. So if you do something for 20 straight days and you backslide on the 21st day, you did not create a habit. You got to start over from 0. Get up to 21 days, it becomes a habit. Do it for 90 days, it becomes part of your lifestyle. Everybody here got things that are part of their lifestyle, like brushing your teeth, like washing your face, like going to the basketball court, like lifting weights, like doing cardio, like saying hi to your mom, like kissing your son, whatever it is. Somebody said Kobe practiced 7 times a week for a few hours. All right, look, whatever. I don't really care what Kobe was doing. We're talking about ourselves right now. We're not talking about Kobe. We're not talking about Steph Curry. We're not talking about nobody else. We're talking about what each of us needs to do ourselves. How many days of muscle recovery do I need? It depends on what it is you're doing, Mr. Underdog, but you damn sure don't need 4 days of muscle recovery. That's crazy. And again, what is your goal? How can you improve your discipline? Read my book, The Mirror of Motivation, and also see my TED Talk. Y'all know what TED Talks are? I'm doing a TED Talk on November 12th. Next, not this Thursday, but next Thursday. It's called TEDx West Broward High. I will be talking about the very topic of discipline. It will be on YouTube later on after they edit the video and all that. People keep asking me, is it going to be on YouTube? Of course it's going to be on YouTube. Do you know who you're talking to? Of course the video is going to be on. Anything that I record will be on YouTube. Mr. Underdog says playing basketball. What do you mean? Playing basketball where? Where you want to play? High school, college, the YMCA, the pros? Where are you trying to play? My own boss, what's going on? You know about TED? Yes, I will be doing a TED Talk November 12th. What do I think about Meek versus Drake? Nothing. I don't care about Meek versus Drake. You want to play in college? Yeah, you need to step that up. I am the YouTube god. I absolutely am. I publish more content on YouTube as an individual than anybody. TED's a big deal. That's great. How do you record the scopes? Periscope gives you a setting that allows you to save every video to your phone. So I didn't do it. Periscope did it. So you had to ask them if you want any more detail than that. Any questions? Can I take any questions from the live studio audience? Anybody? I got a coaching call in about 15 minutes. I'll take 1 or 2 more questions, and I'm going to write a couple of blog posts. I wrote like 4 blog posts this afternoon before I got on this stream. I'm going to write a couple more before I take this call. Those who don't know, I do coaching and consulting. If you go to you subscribe to my content marketing email list, DreAllDay.com/content. You'll get a free 101 content marketing ideas. Somebody told Mr. Underdog work out 3 to 4 times a week, but I'll step it up. Who told you that? Not anybody who's a professional. Ain't no professional tell you that. And I know no college player told you that, because ain't no college player working out 3-4 times a week. College players working out every damn day. Ain't no college you work out 3-4 times a week. It's every day. It's only 5 and pitch black outside, Janet said. Where you at, Janet? Where you with? It is starting to get dark earlier. I noticed that. That's why I had to get on the Periscope earlier, so I had some daylight. I don't like to use artificial light. I like it to be natural light when I do Periscopes. You in New York? Yeah, it is starting to get dark early. I see that. Can I take any questions from the live studio audience? If you're watching this right now, you never heard of me, welcome. Nice to meet you. My name is DreAllDay. Make sure you are following me here on Periscope. How do I get rid of an addiction? It depends on what the addiction is, and I'm not the person to ask. My name is DreAllDay. Thanks for following. Thanks for watching this. Make sure you are following me because I deliver content that's this good and better every single day. Every day. That's how I got to where I'm at, by doing it every day. Not 3-4 times a week. Not when I feel like it. Not when it's quantity over quality. Not when the sun is out. Not when it's raining. Not when it's snowing. Every fucking day. All right, that's how I got here. Well, I appreciate that, my own boss. I appreciate you appreciating this. I know you know. I appreciate you believing that this is good, which means if you know about something that's good, my own boss, what would you do? You would tell people about it, right? So y'all can swipe to the right, share this on your feeds, let them know where we at. How do you get rid of distractions? You don't get rid of distractions. You focus on the things you want to focus on. The distractions will slowly go away. They only distractions because you're paying attention to them. I could be distracted by the screensaver on this computer, the screensaver on that, my iPad over here, the feeling of the air conditioning, the cars driving by, the sound of the cars driving by, the birds flying by the window. They become distractions when I pay attention to them. But I'm so focused right now on talking to y'all that there are no distractions. So distractions only exist when you pay attention to them. Are Philly cheesesteaks that good? Well, good is a relative term. You got to go to Philly and get one. Don't get a Philly cheesesteak in Chicago or New York or Miami. You got to go to Philly and get a Philly cheesesteak, and then you'll have the answer to your question. Don't take my word for it. If I tell you they're terrible, would that mean you'll never try one? Bears football 85. Oh, she was laughing. Or Connecticut. Yeah, nowhere. Don't go anywhere but Philly to get a Philly cheesesteak. I was in Miami, and this dude had a sign called Philly cheesesteaks. Now, it turned out he was from Philly, so I'll get that one a try. I didn't actually eat there yet. I'll give it a try if you from Philly. If somebody say they got Philly something and it's not in Philly, I'm going in the store and I'm asking him where he from. And if he ain't from Philly, I'm not buying nothing. I ain't spending no money. Somebody says Chicago-style pizza and you in New Orleans. I'm like, yo, is you from Chicago? If he ain't, then I ain't buying nothing. You know, somebody said Chinese food. A Chinese food store, a whole bunch of black people in there. Like, yo, who in here is Chinese? I ain't buying no Chinese food from y'all. You gotta have some specialty. You gotta have some immersion in the topic that you in. All right? Can I take any more questions from the live studio audience before we wrap this one up? He's Cleveland Reuben extra meat good. I don't know what that is. I guess you're talking about a sandwich. They have Chinese. No, I need somebody who's full Chinese. If I'm going to eat Chinese food, I need a fully Chinese person, like born and raised in China. How do you balance the easier days against the harder days, vice versa? You just do it. Vivid said, I've changed her entire life. Well, I am honored to hear that, but I didn't really change it. I gave you the information for you to change it. So give yourself credit. Do I think Kevin Durant's a great player? Of course he's a great player. James Bueno said his too. Well, hey, congratulations to you for making those changes, because I didn't do anything. All I did was give you the information and maybe open your mind to some new information, and then you went and took the action. So you deserve the credit. Now I'll take a what will I take? I'll take a thank you, but don't give me the credit. Bears football 85, I appreciate that. Mr. Underdog said Curry is looking better than last year so far. Yes, he is. Mecca Grace says first time visitor from Orlando. Mecca, well, welcome to the show. My name's DreAllDay. I don't know how much of the stream you've seen, but I deliver on this level every single day. Right now I'm just taking questions, but I deliver like this every single day here on Periscope. Been doing it on YouTube for 10 years. Been doing it on my website, DreAllDay.com, for another 10 years. And I'm going to do it for another 20. As long as I'm alive, I'm going to keep doing it. When I die, I'm going to have the most content on the internet of any individual ever living. Ever. Anybody else got a question for me? First time visitor from Orlando. Tell me your actual name so I can remember you next time that I see you. I don't always remember screen names, but I remember actual names. I need to go to Orlando. I need to go to Disney World, matter of fact. I want to take my parents to Disney World. I just had that idea. We're crossover video where I'm talking about and buy a game with West. My most viewed video got 900,000 views. Go to my YouTube channel, you'll see it. Right there on the front page. Work on your game. That's ga.me. Work on your ga.me. Kev said I might end up owning Periscope. I don't know, maybe. La Mecca, La Omni Grace. Okay. Alright, I'll just call you La Mecca. Is that cool? La Mecca? Iomni. Is it Leomni or Iomni? I think that's an I. Iomni Grace from Orlando. Can I suggest a good book? Are you kidding me? I can suggest 10 good books. The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene, 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene, the 50th Law by Robert Greene and 50 Cent, Relentless by Tim Grover, the 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, I Hope They Serve Beer in Hell by Tucker Max. There's an I, okay. Buy a Game by this guy named Dre Baldwin, the Mental Handbook by Dre Baldwin, the Law of Success by Napoleon Hill, Success Principles by Jack Canfield. Who else? A Quick 16, no, I don't rap. What other books can I give you? Thick Face Black Heart. I forget the name of the author. I can't pronounce her name, but look up Thick Face Black Heart. What other books? What topic? If you give me a topic, I can give you a better curated list of suggestions. Yes, the 10X Rule by Grant Cardone is another excellent book. If You're Not First, You're Last by Grant Cardone, another great book. Who else wrote a great book that I like? Do You by Russell Simmons. Secrets to Success by E.T. I thought that book was okay. I didn't think that was a great book, honestly. Relentless by Tim Grover, I did say that. I think E.T. is a much better speaker than he is an author. But that's just my opinion. But you can go out and read the book. If you like the book, then shit, read it again. All power to you. Everything ain't for everybody. 11 Rings by Phil Jackson. That's a pretty good one. It depends on the topic. You tell me the topic. Who was that asked me the question? I know you've been in here for a minute. If you tell me the topic, I can give you some better suggestions. Choose Yourself by James Altucher. Is Think and Grow Rich a book? Absolutely is a book. Tryouts Pass, if I didn't make it, is okay because I can work on my game and come back. That's the mentality, Janet. Exactly. It ain't over till you decide it's over. So just get your game right and come back. You got a whole year to get your game right, so next year you ain't gonna have no excuses. Anybody else got a question? Motivational books? Yeah, those books I said. Relentless by Tim Grover is a good motivational one. Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. That's another great motivational book. And also Buy a Game by Dre Baldwin. The Mirror of Motivation by Dre Baldwin. You can get those books on Amazon. Yes, all those. The Art of War book. It's kind of hard to understand the quotes, then just read it slower till you get it. But that book is timeless. That's why it's been around for so long. Napoleon Hill, Think and Grow Rich. Napoleon Hill, The Law of Success. Jack Canfield, The Success Principles. Jazz said, give this man some hearts. I agree with Jazz. I agree with everything Jazz had to say. Give this man some hearts. Thank you, everybody. And just keep doing it. Remember we talked about it. Just keep doing it. Discipline means you do it. Keep doing it over a steady period of time. Go Volgograd, Russia. What's up, VLG from Russia? The Mental Handbook by Dre Baldwin. Yes, sir. No flatline, exactly, Dream Chaser. Give him a heart attack, exactly. What was it called? Shit, I forgot that phrase. I got to try to remember. Ventricular defibrillation. That means when your heart is beating so much that is a problem. That's what we want here. Buy a Game, yes. Kerry Washington or Megan Good. You know, I really don't even know what either one of them looks like, so I can't even tell you. I can't even make a choice. I don't watch celebrity gossip. I don't watch movies. I rarely watch TV unless I'm watching sports. And even then, I'm still working at the same time. You see what I got here? I got a laptop, a phone, an iPad, and another laptop. I'll just be working. I don't even know who those people are, James Bueno, those two people you just named, so I can't even answer that question. And we ain't even doing that anyway, man. That's not the topic here. This ain't no celebrity gossip blog. We here talking about some real life, man. I'm here trying to empower people to do better. My own boss, what's your real name? I don't think you told me. Oh, well, thank you, my own boss. I appreciate that. What kind of business you in? You're obviously an entrepreneur, so tell me what it is that you do. Coach Kev said, I don't want to know. Good. You're right. I don't want to know. You're absolutely right. I don't, because if I wanted to, I would know. You're absolutely right that I don't want to know. I don't care. All I'm focused on is what Dre Baldwin's doing. All right, it's Dre Baldwin 2015 versus Dre Baldwin 2010. That's the kind of questions I want people asking. Not to me, but to somebody else. But we're here talking about some real life stuff, man. I'm here talking about business. We're talking about sports. We're talking about empowerment. Making yourself better, doing better, being better, living better, thinking better, acting better, speaking better. Dre Baldwin or Eric Thomas? Dre Baldwin. Dre Baldwin. Eric Thomas could be the opener and I'll close it. Grand opening, grand closing. Anybody else got a question for me? We got a few more minutes here and we got to wrap up. But I appreciate taking these questions, man. Y'all come with the questions. Y'all listen, when you're not here on Periscope, think of a question that you could ask me and write them down and save them somewhere on your phone. And then when it's time to get on here, you can ask, how can I increase my intensity when business is so increasingly busy? You know what? You should read this book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. He has some really good principles on that. It's not, just read that book. Read the book called The 10X Rule by Grant Cardone. It's not a very long book, but it's a very intense book. That will help you a lot. As far as increasing your intensity, read the book Relentless by Tim Grover. That's another book about increasing the intensity. Another one is the 33 Strategies of War by Robert Greene. Those are 3 great books about intensity. What would I tell my younger self if I could go back in time? I'd tell myself, work on your game. Just keep working. I wouldn't change anything. People always ask me that. Like, what would I tell my younger self? I tell myself, work on your game. Listen, the stuff that I would tell myself, here's the answer to that question, Coach Kev. Better thing. Before I get to that, Espelani said, what's the most important thing I need to do to make the basketball team? You need to have some fucking game. Because if you can't play, it don't matter what else you do. So you need to have some game before you get there. If you ain't got no game when you walk in the gym, and nothing I say is going to save you. Can I give your son encouragement? He had tryouts at a new school. He had tryouts. Did he make it or did he not make it? Did he have tryouts already or is he about to have tryouts? Now, here's the thing that I tell kids. A lot of kids come to me before tryouts and they're like, Dre, what can you tell me? Can you give me some advice for tryouts? Listen, honest answer to that is no, I can't really give you no advice. Listen, if you can play, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you can't play, nothing I say is going to change the fact that you can't play. And when you get on the court, it's going to be real obvious that you can't play. You're going to get exposed and you ain't going to make the basketball team. That's just the bottom line to it. If you got tryouts coming up in 6 months, that's the time you should be asking me for advice. Like 6 months before tryouts, so I can tell you how to work on your game so that you be ready for tryouts. He had tryouts today and 2 more days and he can play. Oh, well, hey, tell him to show up and show his game. Show up and show what you can do. That's all tryouts are. Tryouts just mean everybody shows up, shows what they're already capable of, and the coach decides who he wants or who she wants. That's all it is. But if you can't play, then I can't help you. I can't help a person who can't play. That's the bottom line. How many times did I work out per day during college off seasons? Once or twice. Once or twice. I didn't count it. I didn't write a book about it. I just worked out. If you want to get better, you just got to keep getting better. Advice on interviewing me, send me an email, Dre@DreAllDay.com. Let me know what your platform is, what you're looking to do. We'll make it happen. Right now, I'm answering yes to every request. So if somebody got a blog or you got a podcast or you got a radio show and you want to interview Dre all day, I'm probably going to say yes as long as you got your shit together and we can make it happen. Books about getting your business up off the ground, read Mastery by Robert Greene, read Everything by Grant Cardone because he's a salesperson by trade, read Relentless by Tim Grover, read Awaken the Giant Within by Tony Robbins. What's my favorite drink? Water. It's the only thing I drink. SK Miltonberger. You're welcome. Where are you located, SK Miltonberger? What grade is your son in also? That's actually a question that I should have asked from the beginning. How old is your son? Missouri? Sometimes I get parents coming to me and they tell me about their son who's like 18 years old and what can he do? I'm like, if your son's 18, I shouldn't be hearing from his mom. I should be hearing from him. He's 15. All right, at this point, SK, I'm gonna tell you something real right now, SK. Your son's old enough that he needs to take everything in his own hands. Like, you've done your job as a parent. At this point, if he's serious about basketball, he got to do his own thing. Like, you got to fall back and let him do it. If he's serious, he's going to be serious without you. But you can't be going to bat for him if he ain't willing to go to bat for himself. If he wants some information from me, he should be coming to me. Like, he got a phone, right? He know how to use the internet, I'm sure. He should be the one on here asking me questions, not his mom. If he's serious about basketball, because if he ain't serious, as soon as you stop reaching out, then guess what? He'll stop. And then you'll know that he was never serious in the first place, and you can stop wasting your time on things that he should be doing for himself. By age 15, 16, parents, if your kid ain't doing it on his own, then he don't want it. Let him go. Let him or her go find what they really want to do. And it might not be that thing. Well, I appreciate that, SK Miltonberger. Feel free to email me, Dre@DreAllDay.com, with any additional questions. I will help you out. Oh, yeah, the thing about the younger self. Everything that I say in these videos are things that I wish I had known before I started coming up with the thoughts, the principles, the ideas that I share with y'all. I share with y'all the stuff that I wish I had known yesterday, or the stuff I wish I knew 2 weeks ago, or the stuff I wish I knew 10 years ago. I share with y'all every principle that I know. You're like, damn, I'm like, damn, that's a great principle. Other people need to know about this. That's the only reason I make these videos, y'all. The only reason that I write stuff and make videos and do periscopes is because I know the things that I think or ideas that I get in my mind or principles that I come up with, or maybe I borrow from somebody else and kind of put it in my own language. I'm like, there are people out there in the world who don't know this, who need to know it. And that's when I put this stuff out. That's all it is. It's not me coming up with some concepts just because. It's not to get famous. I am going to get famous because it's only right. But it's me just sharing the things that I think other people need to know. And that's why I get the hearts. That's why I get the followers. That's why I get the attention. That's why the brand builds, because I'm sharing things that there are people out there who need to know these things, but it just hasn't occurred to them. So it's not that people are dumb. It's not that people are lazy. It's just that you don't know what you don't know. And there was a time that I didn't know this stuff either. So when I learn it, I go out and share it with people. That's why I started making YouTube videos. That's why I blog every day. That's why I post. That's why I do Periscope. That's why I do Instagram. And I don't just do it to give you something. I don't do it like, yo, here's me in the club. Here's me in VIP. Here's me standing next to a car. Here's me with this girl. Here's me with this famous person that I saw in the mall. Because, yeah, that's entertaining. But what value am I giving to anybody if I do that? None. I want to give you value every time I post something. So if you look at my Instagram posts, you'll see me giving you value every time. I very rarely post something on Instagram that's supposed to be like just funny entertainment. You laugh at it for 2 minutes and then you forget about it. I want to give you something that you want to take a snapshot of and put it on your screensaver. I want to give you something that you want to print out and put on your wall that you see every day when you wake up. I want to give you some value that you like, damn, I remember Dre said that 3 years ago and it still motivates me to this day. That's what I want. I don't want to be the guy who just give you something funny or show you a pair of, the sneakers that I'm wearing today. What are you going to do with that? Nothing. You're just going to say, oh, those are nice sneakers that Dre got. Oh, how is that helping you do anything? It's not helping you do anything. So I want to provide value to people by empowering them to be better, do better, live better, think better, act better, and just be better as themselves. So that's why I share this information. It's the same thing I would tell myself if I meet somebody. When I meet kids these days, I look at them and I see myself. I say, you know what? When I was his age, I didn't know nothing either. When I was that age, I was influenced by that too. When I was that age, I wish I knew these things also. When I was that age, I was that restless also. And SK says I'm doing awesome so far. Well, thank you. I've been doing awesome for a while. If you go look back, SK, you'll see a lot of stuff that I've done. I love this Periscope platform, though, because I get to talk to y'all in video, which is my favorite form of expression. I like doing this video even more than writing. I love writing. Well, actually, let me not say that. I love the video just as much as writing, because writing, you can write books, and books kind of build credibility. Books build credibility. When somebody tells you they wrote a book, you're like, damn, they must be serious about what they're doing if they wrote a book. See, anybody can turn on the camera and make a little Periscope video. Not everybody's going to write a book. But what I like about Periscope is that I can actually speak, work on my verbal communication, while at the same time y'all can see me and hear me at the exact same time. Unlike YouTube, where I record it and you don't get to talk to me in real time. What books did I write? I wrote 5. And what exactly do I do? 2 great questions. I'll answer those, then we got to wrap this up because I got a call at 6 o'clock. What books did I write? The first one is called Buy a Game. It's my basketball story from when I first started playing up to and through college. The second one is called The Mental Handbook. Who am I? I'll answer that too. The second one's called The Mental Handbook, about the mental side of sports and life. The third is The Mirror of Motivation. It's the self-discipline book that will motivate you instead of me having to motivate you. It teaches you how to motivate yourself. The fourth one is called The Super You. It is all about your highest level of confidence, unlocking it and living with it. My fifth one is called The Overseas Basketball Blueprint. That's for players who want to play professional basketball overseas. Exactly what they need to do, why they need to do it, how to do it, when to do it, where to do it, to get their career started playing basketball overseas. All 5 of those books you can find on Amazon.com. You can get my first book, Buy a Game, completely for free. SK, I think your son would love to read my first book, Buy a Game. You can get it for free on my website. Just go to DreAllDay.com. A little pop-up is going to come up. Just put in your name and email address, and you'll get that book sent to you immediately. Share it with your son. Let him read it. I think it'll give him some clarity on what's going on in his life, because I've been through a lot of those struggles as a basketball player that I think a lot of players can relate to. Mental Handbook on Amazon. You can get it on Kindle. I think the Kindle version is $2.99. The hardback is probably like $10. It's not expensive. If y'all don't know, people who write books don't make money off their books. All right, you get a name and attention from your book, and then you make money off all the other stuff. Authors do not make money from writing books, just so y'all know. But anyway, we got to charge because people don't value what they get for free. Am I a professional player now? I'm not playing professionally right now. Right now, I'm in South Florida. Right now, I'm a professional speaker. I'm a professional content marketer, professional empowerment expert. Somebody asked us, do the publishers make it? They make it because they have scale. Like, I could write 5 books, but Amazon has 5 million books because they get paid off every book that gets sold. Do you understand that? And somebody asked me, who am I? Where am I from? I'm from Philadelphia. I live in South Florida. Who am I? I just answered that question. I'm an author. I'm an athlete. I'm a content marketer. I'm a coach. I'm a consultant. I'm a professional speaker. And if you want to know more about me, if you want to know more than you want to know about me, go to DreAllDay.com. You can read up on my website. You can follow me on all your favorite social networks. I'm everywhere. How much of basketball is mental? 90%. All right, I got to wrap this up because I got to call at 6 o'clock, y'all. I would love to stay and chat. We can do this later. Make sure y'all follow me on Periscope because I'm telling you I deliver more value, more content, more empowerment than anybody else on Periscope. There's nobody who can compare with me. I am the best. Bottom line. Follow me on all your favorite social networks. I'm always posting on all those too. Work on your fucking game. DreAllDay.com. Thanks for watching this video. I'm sure you were entertained. Make sure to stay connected with me on all your favorite social networks. Twitter and Periscope at DreAllDay. Instagram Dre Baldwin. Facebook /WorkOnYourGame. You can bookmark my YouTube channel by subscribing, of course. And the website is WorkOnYourGame. That's .me. WorkOnYourGA.me. And of course, my homepage is my website, DreAllDay.com, so you can know exactly what I'm doing, exactly when I'm doing it, and how you might be able to be involved. Work on your game.